welcome to another video. I am your personal funky sim pilot. My name is Arkady Gidzenko, and I will be your captain for today's flight. Today's flight could be interesting. It is taking us from. We're going to fly in Brazil, and it's taking us from the Salgado Filho International Airport and Porto Alegre in Brazil to Rio de Janeiro, to the Santos Dumont Airport. This is apparently the airport that we're flying to is has somewhat of a challenging approach. So, well, we're going to have to see what's going to happen with that. But we're just going to dive into that anyway. We have the charts with us. There are usually some fuel requirements because of the short runway. Most of the time you'll see airliners not using their full capacity of passengers, so they're just flying with like 80% of passengers or something, and a little bit of less fuel, all those kinds of things. To be as light as they can be when they land at the airport, they have some better stopping power, basically. It's going to be sort of a visual approach, I believe. Sort of. We'll have a look at that. I believe it's R&P approach, so there is no glide slope at least. And yeah, so we're using the Phoenix Airbus A320. We got the LATAM livery. We're using real world time and real world weather as well. GSX is active, and also using, as you can see, the Aerosoft Simple Traffic tool to generate sort of realistic airlines around us. That's somewhat more of a realistic kind of experience. So, except maybe for the slide guitar that you heard earlier, probably not very realistic for the pilot to be playing guitar from inside the cockpit. But you don't know, stranger things have happened inside cockpits. You know what I mean. So let's hop on in. The flight time should be about 1 hour and 50 minutes or so, something like that. It's like an overall time of about 2 hours. So let's first start the aircraft up. So we'll just turn on the batteries. That will start the aircraft. So the external power can be turned on. Strobe lights and the nav lights can arm the emergency exit lights. Let's also get the overhead integrated lights. Crew oxygen supply and the ground control is on, and then the aiders. Mess that one up. Look here. So they should start aligning now as well. Aircraft is starting up. It's going to perform some checks. So that will do that. So we'll start up GSX. So guess request boarding. Oh, I'm asking for deboarding. I don't want to deboard. Let's do that again. Okay, so first we're waiting for, you know what we'll do? Let's just restart the GSX. I have no idea how it's going to behave when there's nothing to deboard. So let's just go to restart. So in the meantime we can get our flight plan. We just imported from Simbrief. Got the weather at our destination. Well, maybe let's check the departure as well. 07010 knots, 10 miles, broken clouds at 4,000 feet, 28 degrees, QNH 1017. Yeah. Okay. And then the weather at our arrival airport in Rio de Janeiro. 17015 knots, 10 miles. A few clouds at 2,500. And it's also 28 degrees, QNH 1012. Right, let's restart the Gidzenko now. And request boarding. So curious to see what's going to happen. Looks like there's a baggage handler. But yesterday we saw the same thing, they were just driving through the plane. So, I don't know what we can expect. Okay. Let's set up the MCDU. So we go to ATSU and then AOC menu, and there we can do flight init. And from the flight init you can request your flight. So en route time 1 hour 34 minutes even.
Do you want to board crew?
I want to board both.
Crew bus is coming.
Thank you, ma'am. Right, so the init page. We do request the flight plan here as well.
Pilot's boarding starting.
Open aft cargo. Let's open both, I guess. Have a look outside. There's our baggage handlers.
Crew boarding starting.
So that's pretty cool. So these doors actually did auto open. There's our crew. All very beautiful indeed. Right, so our flight number. I'll put in the flight number. Let's have a look at the OFB here. I believe 370, cost index 12.
Your passenger's bus is coming.
Cost index 12, yeah. Flight level 370. And I think we can get wind as well. So there is our winds. We return. So that's the init A page. Flight plan.
Passengers boarding starting.
So out of SBPA. Let's have a look at the plan right here. Runway 11. And we got the PUKSA 2 Alpha departure. So runway 11. And the PUKSA 2 Alpha. And I don't think there was a transition, there was direct. I'm not sure that's going to any of these. Daisy, Dom Power, Irilu.
Welcome on board. Bienvenido a bordo.
Takes us direct to ITBEB.
Hello.
That does not be on here, so we can just go ahead and insert this.
Hello.
So later we will go over the entire flight plan, just to, I think it's good habit, even though we're not flying online now. It's still good, you know, just be aware of all the names of the waypoints, you know. Alright, so there's a discontinuity after KOLBI. So SBRJ. arrival, and we will be runway. So the approach will be runway RNAV.
Welcome on board.
I believe. Let's see what else do they have.
Hola. Good afternoon.
So we are runway 22 for landing,
This way, please.
and the approach chart for Santos Dumont. To the left,
Good afternoon.
RNPF.
¿Puedo ver su pase de abordar? Bienvenido a bordo.
So not sure how to get that then, the RNPF, how that works.
Hola, ¿cómo estás? This way, please. Hello. Hola. ¿Puedo ver su pase
So
de
there's an
abordar?
RNet Foxtrot 20 left. Let's take that. I think that's probably it. RNet Foxtrot
Buenas tardes.
20 left.
Hello.
And do we have a star? Europas 1 Alpha.
Bienvenido a bordo.
That's
Bienvenido a bordo.
that one right there.
This way, please.
Maybe we had KOLBI in there. Yes, we do. So via KOLBI. Transition KOLBI. Insert. Now we should have the entire flight plan. The ADAS look kind of like they have a light. That's cool. Let's go to the plan page.
Por aquí, por favor. Hello. ¿Puedo ver su pase de abordar, por favor? Hello. Pase de abordar, por favor.
We need this one, the Europas 1 Alpha. That will take us to Europas at or below flight level 280. Kabuk at or above flight level 220. And there's RJ021, RJ308, Asalu, the initial approach fix. Let's have a really good look here.
Passenger's bus is coming.
So this will be the approach. So after Galut, RJ946, RJ031, RJ107, RJ941, and then they basically it's a right turn and some sort of visual kind of approach. So again, so the last bit should be Galut 946 031 107 941. KOLBI Europas Iltet Kabuk 021 308 Asalu Galut, and then 946 031 107 941.
Buenas tardes.
And then that should be the runway 941. So if you click one further,
Hello.
942 is this one. Really sure what the deal is with that. That's probably, just have a look here. But this is only for runway 20 left. Not really sure what the deal is with that bit there. Maybe that's part of the going out procedure. But just keep on clicking for a second. And that, I think that's the case, and that is a holding point. So RJ942, and then where would it take you for the missile approach? You climb to 4,000 feet. The runway elevation is at 10 feet. You climb to 4,000, turn right direct to RJ942. You take off 942, but that's not so a right turn, so like this. This looks like a left turn. Not really sure what's going on here. Turn right, direct to RJ942. Turn left on course 149. Boarding is completed. I'm not going to worry too much about that. Looks like we have something decent in here. And that's then should be the flight plan. Go over all the waypoints in a little bit, just to acquaint ourselves a little bit with the names. So flight plan, basically in a B page we can do now. So we'll get our fuel. Let's actually see if we can get, there's a company message there. Let me just save this fuel here for a second for later use. So I believe that's then the ATSU menu. And from here you go to COM menu. No, so from here you go back to ATSU, AOC menu, and then in there it has the received messages. And there you will find your company messages. So we received our load sheet at 1822. That's 15 minutes ago. But that's a preliminary load sheet. You can accept it to put in some numbers, but obviously we will need the official one, if you will. So is it a fuel weight 55.59, let's say 556. And for the zero fuel weight center of gravity, I do not believe that is on there. So for that we can check to the performance calculator. So we sync the preliminary load sheet, we sync the live weather, runway 11, and that should give us 29.8. Let's just enter that, 29.8, and put that in. My apologies. So the fuel has not been done yet. Let's go load aircraft and we'll do instant. There we go, aircraft is loaded. So now we should have all the correct figures. So our zero fuel weight is actually 55.7 and 29.8. I think that's still the same. So 55.7 and 29.8. So the block fuel 5.6. So this is all being calculated now. Can clear this. So the performance page finally. Departure performance. So saying load sheet final. Let's also see if we have a company message. Looks like it. Unless we had to accept and return this one. But there's a load sheet, there's a new one. 1836. That's like 2 minutes ago. It's giving us 55.7, takeoff weight 61.1, passengers 123 plus 2. So we're getting information, let's see. The message has 4 pages, I did not notice that before. How convenient. Just want to check something here. So, MACTO 29.8, and it says there as well. Pretty nice, so let's accept this. So, let's see. We can go calculate. So, V1 142, rotate 142, V2 144, precision altitude 6,000 feet. Let's go and investigate. Transition altitude 6,000, so we'll keep that. Thrust reduction and acceleration altitude 1520, which makes sense. We're about sea level, I believe, here. Let's click the B button. There we go, 20 feet. It's always usually around 1500 feet. Engine out, acceleration, flex takeoff temperature 68, flap 1. So 142, 142, 144, 6000, 1520, 68, flap 1. Uh, 6000, 1510, flaps 1, and the flex takeoff temperature 68 degrees. One 142, 142, 144, 1520, and it says 1510 in hours. Let's change it for the engine out as well. 1520. And the flex takeoff temperature 68, flaps 1 takeoff. Flaps 1, and flex takeoff 68. And it looks like we're set up. Let's start up the APU. To turn the beacon light on. For now we can get back to the ARC page. Let's have a quick look at our departure. So runway 11. I believe we take the PUKSA, right? We go on NetB, Tuksu, PUKSA. Oh, pretty straightforward, so we go straight out and then we turn left heading 049er. Down heading 109er. Double check here, see if that's actually the entire heading. There you go. So 109er. And again, I think we're getting forced to go for a pushback. That's so weird. I don't know why it's doing that.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Well, that's very apparent. So APU is available. Let's turn on the APU bleed. Also turn on the fuel pumps. So let's get this thing going then. Anything else? We got fuel on board. Let me get a visual on our fuel. 5600.
Departure checks completed. Bypass being inserted.
We're all very impressed. Alright, okay, so they're getting us ready for our departure. So runway 01 is basically, or runway 11 is just behind us. So we'll push back with the nose to the left. Flight directors are on, F1 FT2, constraints go on, QNH 1017. And we're also going to go for, we're not going in heading mode. The nose is being lifted up now. It's always so cool to see. So the nose to the left and the tail to the right.
Release the parking brakes, please.
Parking brakes release. Let's quickly get a squawk.
Start at wheel.
So we are allowed to start our engines. I think we can go ahead. Let's start engine number 1. We'll lock the flight deck door. Let's set the parking brakes.
Waiting your confirmation for a good engine start.
Well, we have one engine available. Right, let's start with engine number 2. So the DC2 bus is receiving its energy from the APU right now, as you can see by this line. As soon as the generator 2 comes online by the engine, then there you go. And then it's seat animated, pretty cool. I noticed this yesterday, I believe. Let's put this one, let's actually put this on flight control. We can do a flight controls check. Let's first inform the people that we have a good engine
Cockpit
start.
to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
Unlocking gear.
Flaps go to 1 and auto brake to max. So quickly performing the flight controls check. So rather full left and rather full right. We did the elevators full up and neutral, and then full down and neutral.
Tow truck disconnected.
In the ailerons,
Bypass
full
engine
left,
overage.
neutral, and full right,
Left
and
is
neutral.
clear. Right is clear.
Alright, so we should be good. So I think Esperanza is going to wave at us. There you go, we're nodding yes. Okay. So after departure we turn left heading 092, I believe it was. Let me check that again. 049er to Sulks. Let's see, is there anything else we need to do before we go? We need to arm the ground spoilers before takeoff. And I think for now, we just turn on the runway turn-off lights and the taxi lights. And let's get this birdie flying. Got some incoming traffic there. This is a Microsoft Flight Simulator traffic landing, but the livery is being generated by the Airsoft simple traffic tool. Parking brake released. Let's quickly have a look where we are. Even though it was simple, it's still very easy to mess things up. So basically we take a left here and then we take a right. Speed was already quite high. I have to basically just give a really small input. You can see the rudder movement to the right of the screen. I think this is good for us. So we get just to the end of the runway there. And then we line ourselves up. So we're also standing by for word from the cabin that the cabin is ready. Cabin does not appear to be ready quite yet, but they will be any moment now. We did not set the altitude yet, that was flight level 370. That's the cabin crew. Yes?
The cabin is now secure for takeoff.
Nice, thank you. Alright, let's get this thing going then. Let's turn on the landing lights. And these strobe lights go to on. Parking brake released, and let's line up. I don't see any incoming traffic. Let's do the takeoff config. Predictive wind shear is off. Put that on. Go to zoom in to 10 miles. So first go to NetP. Alright, man. What's the starting timer? Where do we do that in the A320? There's the clock. You have the chronometer, and you can also turn that one on. Alright. So first we put them in climb, and then next. What's it saying? Engine thrust lever is not set correctly. Yeah, it's the detent, it's just so fidgety. That's it. I think it's in now. So V1 speed will be 142 and rotate as well. So let's rotate. Positive right, gear up. So at around 15, 20 feet above the ground, you should see the green line from left to right should go down, the horizontal green line. And the aircraft then wants to go to lever climb. The thrust levers are in climb. We drop the nose a little bit. Just to allow the aircraft to accelerate now. So while this is all happening there, let's disarm the ground spoilers. And the runway turn-off lights can be turned off, and the nose wheel lights as well. So we should stand by for the left turn now. And probably after that turn I'll turn on the autopilot. So I have to turn now. You're passing transition altitude. So for now, just following the crosshairs there, the flight directives. a little bit tricky now. Alright, so let's engage the autopilot now. Autopilot 1 is engaged. And we can almost retract our flaps. Let's go to standard pressure on both sides. TCAS is on standby. I know. Let's turn the sucker off. So let's retract the flaps now. So there might be some, there you go, there are cabin views. I think I totally forgot about those. Let's see, if you look out the window here, just go to save these. Not necessarily liking this one a lot. This one's a little bit better, maybe. And there's the left. And then the middle. And then, I guess, in front of the engine. See if these buttons work. So 5 should be this. 6. And there's 8, 9. Right, so we got a couple of views there. Let's get back to the flight deck and make sure we do not run into anything. Speed 280. Yeah, retract the landing gear. Seatbelt sign can come off as well. And turn off the APU and the APU bleed. And I guess we're on our way. We can zoom out now on the navigational display. So we got PUKSA. Let's have a look at the flight plan. Go to the plan page. And I guess this zoom level might be okay. So PUKSA ITBEB Trinity, and then there's the top of climb in between. It actually stops there, that's pretty cool. And then there's Atmat, Abnat and Ukrev, Dogpool, Logip, Agdat, Andep, EVPIB and KOLBI. And KOLBI is, I believe, one of our transitions. So I think the airport is coming up there. So then there's the top of descent, that's at KOLBI. And then Europa's got a very ill tip. And that is super sad, especially, you know, when you're a, well, especially when you're a mammal. Kabuk. And we have RJ021. There's a speed limit there. And then I can read RJ308. Let's zoom in a little bit further here. then Asalu, and then comes Galut, which is the final bit. Galut, RJ946. Zoom in a little bit more on that. These are quite close together, so there's deceleration. RJ946, and it's hard to see on my screen. RJ031 and RJ107, and then finally there's RJ941, and then from there, let's look, go back to Arc and zoom out a little bit. We're still climbing, flight level 210. Alright, so let's look at the approach chart. So we got Galut, we got this, just following this path basically. So after RJ941, it's just a right turn. No clue what to expect. I've never landed here. I saw there's also for visual prescribed track C2210A. I couldn't find a 10A, but I could find a 1A. That's probably some typo, or I'm not understanding something. But then you get this one, RJ941. So basically looks like you take a right turn to 199. What do you want to do? So you're staying on 122 degrees, and then not sure what this is. I think 0.9 nautical miles from this waypoint. It's not really clear to me how to interpret this. And then you take a right turn to heading 199. I'm betting that's precisely the runway heading, but you never know. That's 200. So there's Cobras Island, Angsteras Island. There's some high terrain there, some landmarks or whatever. I'm so sorry if I'm totally dissing your city and you're from Rio de Janeiro, man. I'm truly sorry. It's not my intention to make it sound like it's, you know, crap or something. It must be like fucking amazing. You know, I just do not happen to know a whole lot about the city. And I do think I know a lot more about planes and flying and trying to land them and messing it up as well. This would be the approach basically. So after RJ941, again I'm thinking probably 0.9 miles after that, but I don't know if there's a way of measuring that, but there's no radio or anything. Appears to be radio. Let's have a look on this chart. Don't see any kind of VOR or anything. And this one, no, also not. And this will be our arrival route. But we're not quite there yet. So we discovered, once you go on the performance page, and I think you go to cruise, and there you will see how much longer until the top of descent. And that's already counting down. It's 440 miles at 20:07. That's exactly 1 hour from now. So usually, so that's actually quite interesting, because usually there's, you know, during the cruise we can take the time to, you know, to enter all the landing data. Well, we do have to enter landing data, but there will not be any kind of ILS or those kinds of things. So I'm curious to see how this is gonna go. The thing is, let's have a different view here for a second. So the thing is that this airport that we're flying to, The pilots need to have a special certification to land there, because apparently it's really a challenge. So you know, so if real world pilots need to go into a simulator to practice landing runs, you know, and it's a challenge for them. That's definitely going to be a way out of my league challenge for me. Yeah, so in any case, try to land as soon as possible on the runway, so not float too long. So we should check the weather as well. So let's do that in a bit. And probably just apply manual brakes, reverse thrust immediately upon touchdown. Something like that, you know, something. Let's actually have a look at the runway length. We can see that right here. It was 1.3 kilometers, so 4,341 feet. I'm guessing that's a little bit short, maybe, yeah. So after touchdown, we'll turn right, we'll vacate to the right, and then there's the terminals, hangar, military area. I don't think we should be going there. So probably one of the first that we'll encounter here on the apron 18. So the runway heading is 200 degrees. And the airport elevation was like sea level. It's like 10 feet. So RNAV final approach course 122 degrees. And RJ107, this is at the same spot where usually is the ILS, or the glide slope, start of the glide slope. So I'm guessing it's basically similar. So RJ107. Let's have a look at the vertical bit here. So RJ107, maximum speed 160 knots, and level, no, altitude 1980 feet, 1980. 3.6 to RJ941. So you start like shortly after RJ107, basically you will start descending at a 3 degree slope. I think you can actually also use something that I'm not very familiar with. Don't hardly actually use it. That should be this one. So track FBA, I believe that was also heading track or FBA. There's some wind there. So if you put it on this one, you can enter a percentage for going up and going down. Let's not have it on that for now. Aircraft still climbing. So that's something we could maybe use as well. Okay, I messed a little bit with it, but it looks like it's working. So KOLBI, and there's the top of descent at the same time, 2007 Zulu. And then ROPAS. So we'll do a step descent. Cargo. Gallows 6000. RJ107, that's 1980. It's all there. Okay, so let's just see if this will go alright. Let's get the weather report, the latest weather. On Zulu, 19 on Zulu, 170, 16 knots, 10 miles, few clouds, 2,528 degrees, key ratio 012. Not a whole lot has changed, I think. 170, 16 knots, that's fine. The runway is basically pointing south. So, that's okay, it's the headwind. So we're almost at cruising altitude now, flight level 370. Thrust levers are at climb, now going to Mach mode, alt star, so we're almost at the assigned altitude. And following navigation. We're on standard pressure on both sides. And the fuel is fueling. We're now 20 minutes into the flight. Alright, so here we are again. Have to get to the galley real quick. Back to the flight deck it is. The dog pool. There we go. So we've gained like 2 minutes until the top of descent. I just noticed I forgot that I turned off the sound. So it may have appeared really quiet there for a bit. But I can assure you, I was not. So you might have maybe missed the music, although I don't think so. That's a little bluesy kind of thing there. Using the bottleneck slide. What is actually steel slide that I'm using? It's not an actual bottleneck, but they call them bottleneck. So the A320 that we're using now, this is actually used in for Hilo's flights between these two airports, connecting them. So, you know, the A320 should be capable of landing there. Probably will need to set the auto brake to medium, or maybe even to maximum, if I want to feel really secure, you know. What's the time? 1939. So yeah, so we do have our auto brake system, but we will definitely need to try and touch down as soon as possible on the runway. So preferably like the first third part of it. Bird concentration in the runway 0220 approach sector and traffic circuit. Okay. Looks like we have a company message, and I believe is that maybe because we're delayed. What is that? MCDO menu, ATSU AOC. Received messages from ops. So we've been delayed by 9 minutes. CIDC delay card on the company tablet and allocate as per. I'm not really sure what that bit means. I saw this yesterday as well, so I'm just going to look at it again. So there is a delay allocation card, but not really sure what to do now. So there are some codes, I guess. Okay, so incorrect departure time or whatever. So you have this code, so other for miscellaneous other. but then where to put it. So the message saying something like assign free text if applicable. I'm not really sure, so see ADC delay card on company tablet and allocate as per, I don't know what this means, OM the 2.43.3 and assign free text. So I mean there's a free text thingy, I believe in the menu there's free text. Let's have a look at it then. So to whom do we send? It's called TAMOps, so maybe the system knows them like this, so TAMOps. Let's just give that a shot. That's pretty cool. So I guess here goes our text or something. So if we do OTR for other. Oh, actually cool, I've never tried this one. Or at all. OTH. Okay, so I'm guessing that's the message. So what if we send it? So we have sent it. Curious if we're going to get a message back. That would be really cute. No message yet. I'm not really sure if I did this correctly. In terms of the name, it would make sense, I guess. Oh wait, there's ADC delay. Look at that. Never looked at that. Okay, so arrival messages. Alright, so let's see. ADC delay. So there's delay code. Oh, that's so nice. Okay. So OTH is the delay code. So what we can put in maybe like more. I'm not really sure what they're referring to. But I guess you can add a couple. So in our case other. They're probably not allowing that, you know, you're probably gonna have a talk with your boss. What do you mean other? There is always a reason, Gidzenko, you know. Self-maneuvering stand. Well, it's quite funny. Basically, let's say, yeah, it was the late arrival of the pushback crew, man. You know, we just blame it on them, and then all this whole drama starts to unfold. So nothing broken. Let's just keep it on others, and then I guess maybe just go back to the initial message that we received, because I'm not really sure what to enter in time. Or maybe it's those 9 minutes. I guess that's it. It's MMMM, so let's just put in 9 and send. Okay, that's interesting. And maybe you're not even Oh look, a company message. Yes, that's so funny, man. We're like chatting with the Airbus now. This is so cool. Free text receive messages from Tamops. Dear Arkady, ADC received. Alright, cool. That's nice that you get a feedback there. Let's just go back to performance page to see the top of descent. 125 miles. We gained another 2 minutes, so we're now at 20:03. Expected to descend. So I'm guessing, if I understand correctly, this is a flight where pilots do not like to take too much fuel, and sometimes airlines might not fill the cabin at all. Just so the weight of the aircraft is a little bit more under control. It's just a lot lighter, allowing the pilots to better handle the aircraft and land it and stop it in time. So I do notice with the recommended settings, basically I'm using the recommended NVIDIA settings for my video card, which basically puts a lot of things on low. It's a 6 gigabyte graphics card, so it's definitely not too bad. The laptop had 4 gigabytes. And it looks like this can take a lot more, you know, straight. But so with these settings, when you start moving the camera, you see like there's black and white lines, it will start just messing with the view. I'm not really sure what that is. I'm not sure if it is. I think it's also on the stream, so that means it's software and not only my hardware, you know. I mean, the screen that I'm viewing this on my side, but you know. So. Yeah, so that's a setting. I'm not really sure what that is about. So we're 10 minutes, a little over 10 minutes away from the top of descent. So it's probably not a bad idea to prepare a little bit. We're on our way to KOLBI. And then after KOLBI, or at KOLBI actually, is the descent to Ropas, flight number 280. But I do want to see on the chart, Ropas at or below 280. We can also go lower if you want. For instance, we could go immediately to flight level 220, or we go somewhere in between. Like 250 or something. And then Kabuk, and then there's a constraint. Do not go lower than flight level 120. Transition altitude 7,000 feet. So let's start by putting in 250,000 or 25,000. I keep messing it up, like flight level 250, which is obviously not 250,000 feet above the ground. You know, that's really crazy high. So we do not descend yet, still 90 miles until KOLBI. So descend to flight level 250. Flight level 7,000 or 7,000 feet is the changeover point. It's the transition altitude. And we can expect new weather in about 10 minutes, unless it is sent out later and it refreshes a little bit later. That's probably going to be the case. Let's just enter the weather as we have it now, and who knows, maybe there is actually a new update. So this was night in Northern Zulu when it was issued. And this as well. This is the same one. So QNH 1012. Well, let's just start by redialing that 1012. We do not have to change over just yet. So 1012. But then go back to standard and do the same on this side. There's some terrain coming. In the upper left corner of the arc here. So that bit was funny with the delay card. It's quite entertaining. It's almost rewarding to leave late. Aircraft performing fine. Still 2003. So we set 1012. We could maybe, let's just pull up the performance page, and then we go to the approach page. We can set 1012. That's at least what we have for now. Temperature, I believe it was 28. And was it 170 at... No, I don't know. Let's have a look. 170, 16 knots, 28 degrees. Okay. 16 knots. 28 is correct. That's the current wind. Transition level is flight level 070. And we get the approach speed 132 knots with flaps all the way down. There is only a barrel setting, but I see there's no radio setting. Let's have a look at the chart, see if there's any information with regards to the minimums. So MDA, it says up here, MDA refers to minimums, and that's the section below. Thanks for that, as far as I can tell, it's only this bit actually. So 700 feet barometric altitude. to 700, goes into the battlefield. So at least we answered something, but basically we're just standing by for a for an update on the weather at Rio de Janeiro. So still carrying 2,480 kilograms of fuel. We will have a bit of a tailwind after KOLBI, so we might need to descend a little bit early. At the same time, see a low pass below 280. I think we're good. So 30 miles until KOLBI, 2002, so maybe that's descent 2003, but it will be around there anyway, so 29 more miles to go and we can start descending. So as I said, we'll start with flight level 250, basically trying to be like sort of a step descent. Let's check Kabuk. We should be below 280 at low pass. So 15 miles from KOLBI, 16 from the descent. So we could maybe start descent a little bit earlier due to the tailwind. Will be basically our speed will be higher, so we'll be faster at the other positions. I'm just going to open descent now. And that would put us around low pass, so that should be perfectly fine. Yeah, so we will not have a localizer, we will not have an ILS. Switching to vertical speed mode, just the blue little arrow there. Just go for flight level 220. About there, I think. Zoom in a little bit more if we can. Get rid of the terrain for a second. Where do we want to be? Let's do it at Gabo. Or something like that. 1400 feet per minute. I'm not sure if this will be okay for robust. It will be, we'll make that. Or does this little thingy mean that we're not making our constraints? With 10 miles to go, 1400 feet per minute. And we'll be there in 1 minute, so we'll not make that, I think. Oh wait, yes we will. These are exciting times, man. Let's we just keep on descending. So time 2006. Let's see if we have new weather actually. 1900 Zulu. 2000, okay. 18017 knots. 27 degrees 1012. So 18017 and we lost 1 degree. One at 017 and temperature 27 QNH 1012. So that will be our weather. Turn on the seatbelt sign. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. We have started our descent to Rio de Janeiro. And please return to your seats. Get yourself strapped in. We'll be landing in approximately 20 minutes. The temperature will be 27 degrees. There will be a few clouds, nothing too bad. We hope you enjoy your stay and we thank you for flying with us today. And please just stay seated until the aircraft has come to a complete stop and the fasten seatbelt sign has been turned off. Alright, so we managed once more to make a fool out of ourselves. So Kabuk, flight level 220 or below. And then we cannot go below flight level 120 at RJ 021. Turn the terrain back on. So let's keep on descending, let's say 18,000. What if we try and make it 12,000 and then see what the arrow does? So we would need to descend a little more aggressively, not too much. 2,000 feet per minute, that's okay. So on our way to Kabuk, 7 miles. Speed 262, and that's holding. So there's our terrain. So yeah, that's going to be interesting for sure. So we do have the weather programmed in. We're on descent, so let's also set the auto brakes. I'm going to start with medium. And anything else? Let's leave the ground spoilers alone for a bit. We do not need them yet. Do not need to arm them, we still might need the speed brake. So we should be above flight level 120, so maybe we can take it a little easier on the descent. Just put the descent point a little later. Or the target altitude, I should say. Fuel seatbelt sign is on, no smoking has been on, the outer tank fuel has been transferred, but that's an old message. Seen that already. So there's our lovely terrain coming up. So at RJ021, our speed should still be 262. And then there's the speed limit at flight level 100. And then we go back to down to 6,000 feet. Zoom in a little bit better here. No, see, that's 8,000 feet. Asalu 7,000. Speed still 250. And there's the deceleration point. Gale to 6,000. RJ946 232 at 4,800 feet. RJ 946. Maybe get this one. Oh, that's too early. Excuse me, we need this one. RJ 946, so that's terrain here. 4,800 feet. RJ 031, 3,472. So that's 3,000. These are your state altitude. The RJ 107, 1980 at 160 knots. That's this one right here. So here we are at 6,000 feet. And there's basically one more waypoint. So we should be at 160 knots and then start decelerating, I guess. Yeah, not really sure when to decelerate. In the turn, or right before the turn, and you just turn. We'll see how that's going to work out. That's going to be a right turn. And I think we said the discharge. 199er, and the runway heading was 200. Final approach course heading was 202 or something. 122 final approach course. That doesn't make sense, right? For flight for 20 left. So 122. That's we have that here. So we'll go with 200. Or 199, whichever, and that is, but that's very close. Let's have a look. 140. So we are now on our way to RJ021. Am I correct? RJ308. The speed should now go down to 250 knots. Well, at least when we're at 10,000 feet. Well, these are some cool views, man. Let's have a look outside. That's really pretty. Let's get back inside. So 12,000 feet. And we should start, we should keep on descending. Let's go 8,000. $7,000, $6,000, so we can go straight to 6,000. Let's use our vertical speed. We'll look outside a little bit too long, I think. Okay, look, 6,000 feet. We need to descend. Well, let's go 1,700, maybe 1,800. Have a little bit of a margin there. So Dumont. Okay, so descend to 6,000 feet basically. These are actually pretty hard constraints for constructions, but we missed those. So we're going to have some explaining to do. Let's turn the landing lights on. Also start up the APU. I'm starting my flight recorder to see if I can record the approach if I don't forget it, and sometimes I actually forget that I was recording it because it's not showing on my screen or anything. So speed is picking up a little bit. Let's have some speed brakes there. Speed limit exceeded, that's correct, I know. On our way to Asalu. We should be here at 7,000, but we're at 8,500. But we are catching up. Speed's getting better as well. So the flight recorder is now running. So 8,000 feet. This is already quite pretty, man. It's a shame that I cannot fly and look out the window at the same time. So Gallo to 6,000. Transition altitude. So we go to local QNH. Speed brake still out, thank you. We can retract those. Here's our terrain. Let's keep on coming down. 4,800. There's also an airport there, or at least a runway. Right, so these are not optimum weather conditions, man, I must say. 1600 and few clouds. And a few at 040, so 4,000 feet. Okay, 3,000. So let's go to 1980. So let's make it 2,000 feet. So up next is RJ 107 in 4 miles. Then RJ 941. And that's the last one. We then turn right heading 199er. So just pre-dialing that, 199er. Let's also see the speed. We can go flat 1. Then we descend to 709. Really? Yeah. So let's go to 7,000 feet. Oops, that's speed flight warning. Let's go gear down. I think we're getting quite close. And I believe around there is the runway, so let's have a good look here. Can we start the approach phase? Not sure if it works like this as well here. That's already on approach, okay. So there's the airport. We're standing by for a right turn. Cabin crew, take your seats for landing. So the airport's to our right. I think we have to take this turn for ourselves here. So let's try and do that in heading mode. Turn now, please. I see what's going on. Okay, so autopilot off. Yes, I clicked it. Come on. So we need the left runway.
100 above. Minima.
Sync rate. Sync rate. Sync rate. Pull up.
Okay, this is probably not the way to do
up.
it.
40,
Sync
30,
rate.
20, retard. 10, 5.
Oh wow, we're landing way too late. Okay, so brakes, reversers. Oh man, we'll never make that. Look at this. See if we can get the auto brake to max. Oh no, 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 no. Oh, oh. This is bad. I don't know what to say. Okay, maybe I should not have recorded this. Let's just keep it in reverse for now. Actually quite some speed, man, going in reverse. Look at that. Yeah, I was afraid of that. Let's see if we can check the brake temperatures now. Oh, welcome to Rio de Janeiro, by the way. Wheel. Oh, it's not too crazy, man. It's not too crazy at all. I thought that would be a lot higher. Not really sure what's going on there. Alright, parking brakes at least. Let's find a spot for us to settle down. Definitely going to try this one again. Maybe not to blame it on the graphics, but maybe also get the graphics a little bit higher. Also because it's very pretty here, and I don't know, it's just to see the runway a lot better. It's just going to be so much clearer. But the approach was not stable. I turned a little bit late, so this is really close together. But we managed to make it down, you know, so I'm not too sad. Let's just take this one here because we're never going to get past that aircraft. But yeah, that's definitely a very short runway. So that's it. Once again, welcome to Rio de Janeiro. Hope you enjoyed your flight. So the landing was a lot more of a challenge than I expected. Because basically the runway all of a sudden was there. And yeah, as I said, I never really made any kind of effort to fly here or land here, you know. Yeah, so that was definitely interesting, and I want to do it again. And what could also be nice to fly this in the RJ100 or the RJ70 or the RJ85, one of those. That I would also really like to do, especially with that plane. But of course that's easier. So I also do want to. I definitely want to try it with an Airbus again and make it work. I mean, we're still in one piece, but. We stopped really short of the water there. I actually thought we were in and it's going to detect a crash for that. So I got very lucky there, and this was a very bad landing, you know. The aircraft goes on the other side of the runway, you know. That's never good. So it was fun to see how she reversed quite quickly actually, or quite fast. So yeah, thank you very much for checking. We'll definitely fly this approach again on the channel. So I'll see you at the next video. Bye bye.